Hey everybody, Soap Folks here. So I know a lot of people have said they're just not having any luck with refunds, you know what I'm saying? They talk to Google and Google's like, we don't do refunds, which is bull because they've given me a refund, they've given other people refunds, so obviously they're lying about that. You can call them on that. Amazon says don't get refunds, but the truth is they usually get the last 10 and do refund that. You can call them on that, be like, I heard you're giving the last 10 refunds, and then Apple does give refunds. Usually it's a one-time limited thing. If they say they don't, they do. And so let me just talk about this for a minute. This is more to help people out and kind of how to handle the issues that we're having as far as reporting. Now, obviously, we know that we're being cheated. It's pretty evident that we're being cheated. The real question is whether or not these companies want to do anything about their customers, which they're supplying the means of taking their money, sorry, my nose itches, from. And somebody's been talking to me about possibly a class action lawsuit, which I think would be kind of a cool way to get their attention real quick. And not just for this game, but for all games. That when it's become quite evident that a gaming company is taking advantages of its, we'll call us customers, purchasers, and it's become evident by the reporting of it and the documenting of it that they are doing this, and then that company, Apple or Google or Amazon, continues to stand by and does nothing against the company, nor takes care of the customer who is bearing the brunt for these despicable practices, illegal practices, whatever you want to call them. Then that puts them at risk for being responsible for continuing to do that. If you're not going to protect the people that you're allowing to pass through, then you should be liable for such bad conduct. So, be aware of that. Pay attention to that. We'll see where that goes. I know a few guys that are lawyer happy, and they're excited because lawyers get paid for the bigger things. We get some, but not all of it back usually, but they get big settlements, and who doesn't like a jury case because it always looks bad against the company. Especially when they're big like that. And so, when you call up, Apple, when you call up Google, when you call up Amazon, let them know, hey, this has been going on. We know that you know about it because we have documented cases online, Reddit, YouTube, where people have gotten refunds. You've heard about this before. It's not the first time. I want my money back because this game is doing this for me. Now, if you request a refund, do not spend any more money in the game. Don't do that. That's just the way it works. If you request a refund and then the next day you go out and spend money, you're not going to get it. You have to be done. You got to be like, okay, we're finished, no more, finito. Don't keep pumping money into it and be whining about it if you know it's happening. It's kind of the way it works. So be aware of that. The next time you do something on Amazon, they may, or not Amazon, on Apple, they're going to have you, maybe enter your password again and be like, are you sure you really want to purchase something for this type of game, because you've already requested a refund or you did a chargeback on this. We want to make sure it's you. We want to make sure you're aware of what you're doing, because they do want to limit their exposure to, what you're purchasing, but at the same time, they still want to make their money for what you're, buying through. That said, so when you call up the companies, explain what's going on, refer to the videos, refer to it. Now, usually they'll be like, oh, we don't need to look at it. But the truth is they do need to look at it. They do need to know about it. You do need to say, hey, here are the links. Here's what's going on. Because, when you've got people that are continually saying, yeah, I'm getting, these huge things, or I'm getting stuff for free, or, and the company's okay with it, well, then there's obvious evidence of wrongdoing. And, really say, listen, I want you to take this serious, talk about the fact that there could be a potential class action coming down the pipes, that people are pretty pissed off about it. And the more this gains, it could go all across YouTube, it could go all across Reddit. It could go across multiple gaming platforms in the sense of it could be all three, and it could be for every game out there. So imagine if every game we found out that had 5,000, people saying, hey, I'm having issues, and they choose to do nothing, then obviously there's a potential for going to court on that. From what I understand from the lawyer side, I'm not a lawyer. I just talk to people that are, and they give me some inclination about what might be available. So I'm not handling that. That's not my stuff. I'm letting the guys that say they're looking into it, look into it. I don't want any part with that until it actually gets filed. So let them know, hey, I'm not going to stand idly by. Hey, I'm willing to charge back and say, listen, I've got documented evidence of wrongdoing. If you're not willing to treat me right, I'm willing to contact my credit card company and say, listen, they're authorizing themselves as the purchaser to say, hey, we're going to protect you from stuff, but then they don't protect you from stuff, then obviously they're liable for taking your money, knowing about it, knowing there's other cases about it. They can't say they've never had any issues with this game, because all three of those companies have had issues with this game dating back at least to the Abyssal Treasure, where I know countless people got refunds for the Abyssal Treasure. So don't say they don't know anything about this game. So call them up. Calling up is the best way to do this. If you can find a way to talk to a real person, talk to them. If the person you talk to says, you know, I can't help you, or I'm sorry, I can't, say, well, let me talk to somebody above you. And they may give you some grief. Go, listen, if you don't think you have the seniority or you can't do that, let me talk to the person above you. Let me talk to somebody who can. Let me talk to somebody who cares. Let me talk to somebody else. Let them know you're recording the conversation. I recorded my conversations, you know, when I talk to Apple, and, you know, I say, hey, and by the way, I'm recording this, so, you know, just so you know. And they're kind of like, oh, well, you know, I'm like, you're recording me. I can record you. You know, so let them know, hey, I'm just keeping this, so when it comes down to talking with my credit card company, they'll know where you stood, you know, how you were like not willing to do it. Don't just take it rolling over people. I mean, that's part of the power that you have. That's part of why your credit cards protect you. That's part of why they're supposed to protect you from companies that are continuing to do people wrong. So as far as specifics, call them up, talk to them, document the places here where we've seen what they've done wrong and how it's been discussed, how it's been noticed across multiple servers and proven on multiple servers, how it's been an ongoing thing. And let them know, hey, you know, we're not going to take it. You know, you're supposed to be protecting us. If you take our money for the transaction, you are the person liable for the transaction. You are the one my money goes through. You're the one my credit card company is going to hold responsible, if you know the person on the other side. And if you say, well, we didn't know and now you do, then you can't sit idly back and go, well, we're sorry, we didn't know at the time. You know, no, man, if you were taking money for a drug dealer and you didn't know they were dealing drugs, the cops aren't going to care. They're going to bust you. So, you know, just be a little forceful, be kind, be considerate, but, you know, be honest and say, listen, man, I'm not going to sit down and take it. And we're pretty much done as a community taking it from you guys. I hope this helps. I don't know what else I could do to help you guys other than give you the tools that I've experienced, what I've done and others have done, and keep showing what they're doing to take advantage of people. And so we're kind of at a loss at this point. So let me know, guys. I wish you luck. Continue to post here. If you had any success, post in the comments what success you had and what you thought got there, so you can help with your other guys. If you got a refund, post that you got a refund for it. So again, you know, it helps someone else if they call, say, listen, you know, here's 5 guys here, here's 10 guys here, 15 guys here, 20 guys here that said they all got a refund from you. So don't tell me I can't. Guys, I'm rooting for you. I hope you all have a great one. I'll talk to y'all later.